My name is Spencer Coffman with Social Media Ministries, and this is Dave Kahle with Kahle Sales Systems. Dave is a business-to-business sales expert and a Christian business thought leader. We've been having some great conversations. Check him out in a card above. You can view all of our videos. Dave, what is the biggest hindrance for Christians to have a successful kingdom business?
Well, from my experience, this is anecdotal. I don't have a Harvard Business School study on this, but anecdotally, it's the believing the wrong paradigm. In other
Okay,
words,
explain that one.
okay, yeah. So, the biggest hindrance to Christians effectively running Christian businesses is in their heads
So
and
their own self.
in their own self, and it's very specifically, it's a belief that they have accepted that you can have a business and it's separate from your Christianity. In other words, it's okay to go to church on Sunday, be active in the institutional church, and do whatever you want on Monday, during the week. That there is this belief that that's okay, and it is not okay. That belief is a false belief. It's a work of Satan to get you to believe that. And that's the biggest hindrance. And, I think, honestly, when you think about how many Christians Christian business people, could have been active in the kingdom in their businesses and chose not to.
Oh, man.
Think about the implications. Millions and millions of people over generations and geographies who could have been touched by an expression of a loving God in their business never were, because Christians believe they can go to church on Sunday and do whatever they want through the week, or maybe not whatever they want, but they don't have to be Christian in their business.
Right.
That is, I think, not only is it the biggest hindrance, I honestly think it's one of Satan's greatest accomplishments, that he has kept millions of Christian business people on the sidelines. On the sidelines in the great battle between good and evil. They're on the sideline. They're on the bench, because they believe that.
They are really saying in their own head that the church or their belief or their faith has no part in their business, like that they shouldn't be proclaiming their faith in their business. They're separating it.
Exactly.
Which it shouldn't be separated.
Yeah. I call it they compartmentalize. Christianity is about church on Sunday. Business is about business. We keep them separate. That's the biggest.
And that needs to stop. So there's a charge there to merge those two and get back to who do you identify as an individual? When you introduce yourself, if I say, hey, who are you? And you say, oh, my name is John Smith and I am a salesman, or you should identify as I am a Christian.
Yes.
Let that be the core of your belief. And as a Christian, what do you do? Oh, yeah. As a Christian, I own a business and I have 20 different food trucks in a metropolitan area.
Right. Whatever.
You're not a food truck person. You're a Christian.
Yeah.
So to overcome that hindrance, what are some things they can do to constantly remind themselves that they need to be one with their business and their faith?
Yeah. Well, I think there's two things, and one you're not going to like. I mean, people don't like this, and that is, from my perspective, I think one of the biggest obstacles to a Christian business is what I call the institutional church system. There's a whole system of pastors and church buildings and so on, denominations and all that, who exist for the purpose of building themselves and not necessarily spreading the kingdom. And although that's what they give lip service to. So I think that's one. And number two, there is a world of content way beyond. Like, I'm a content creator. I got a bunch of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff out there. There are books, there are websites, there are YouTube videos, there are podcasts. I would say get yourself hooked up to some of those, so that you're given you're getting a dose of Christian business principles and practices on a regular basis. You got somebody who is reminding you of that relationship between Christianity and business on a regular basis. So you have to, sign up for the podcast, sign up for the YouTube channels, get the easings, whatever. And the third thing is put yourself in a group. And there are groups of people, and we've done some research on this. In almost every major and even minor metropolitan area, there is somewhere a group of Christian business people who get together and meet together on a regular basis. And they're all over the place. We have there's national companies like Convene and C12 and Truth at Work have chapters all over the place. But because it's such a organic need, those groups have come up, and honestly, they're all over. Sometimes just one little group, sometimes somebody's got 10 or 12, doesn't matter, they're all over the place. And I would say get yourself into a group. So here's the thing, I run 2 groups of people over video. We have them over, they're throughout the continent of North America. They come together for a video meeting. It's a 4-hour meeting once a month. So, but there is that's what my thing. But there's all kinds of variations and permutations. There's live, there's video, there's all. Get yourself in something like that where you're rubbing shoulders with other Christian business people, and you're seeing that, hey, this is possible, and learn from each other, support each other, encourage one another in whatever place. Just find there's someone wherever you are. There is that opportunity. You just might have to search for it a little bit. So those 3 things, get yourself involved in content, get yourself involved with connections, and don't believe the lie.
Yeah, that's so good. That's a great tip to leave people with, that they need to be constantly reminded that your business and your faith need to go together. And a great way to do that is to sign up for all that content so that you're getting biblical messages more than just once a week on Sunday when you go to church for an hour. Get that every day during the week, and surround yourself with people who are like-minded like you. There are other Christian business owners out there. The world is full of them. And that's who we need to be interacting with, because we can build each other up and then continue to grow.
Exactly. Awesome. Spencer, perfect.
Yeah. And there will be links in the description below for those of you that want to check out Dave's content. Like he mentioned, you can sign up for some of these free easings and start getting some of that information. If you want to join his meeting, it's virtual, so you can join it from anywhere, whether you're in this country, another country, doesn't matter. There are opportunities for you to take what we have just said and put it into practice to grow the businesses of this world for Christ.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here today.
You're welcome.